Let's get right into it. Number 7, expecting mind reading. Have you ever caught yourself thinking, if they really love me, they just know what I need, and then felt low-key crushed when they didn't? Psychology-wise, that fantasy of someone reading your mind is quietly sabotaging your relationships. That sounds romantic in movies, but in real life, it's a setup for constant disappointment. You get upset they didn't comfort you when you said, I'm fine. You expect them to know your love language, what triggers you and what you want on your birthday, even though you've never actually spelled it out. In your head, asking feels needy, so you just wait and hope they guess right. Psychology calls this a mind-reading expectation. You're asking someone to pass a test you never gave them the answers to. You feel uncared for. They feel like they can't win. The psychological trick is flipping expectations into instructions. Try, when I'm stressed, what helps the most is a hug and some reassurance. Or, birthdays are a big deal to me. I feel loved when you plan something, even if it's small. That's not being extra. That's emotional clarity. Healthy people appreciate that because it finally gives them a real shot at making you feel loved. Love isn't magic telepathy, no matter how TikTok makes it look. Number 6, passive-aggressive communication. When you're pissed, are you the one saying I'm fine while your whole energy is screaming the opposite? Low-key, that's not keeping the peace. That's turning your relationship into a mind-reading horror movie. And spoiler, nobody wins that game. Passive-aggressive communication is when you refuse to say what's wrong and instead leak your anger indirectly. You drop slick comments like, nice of you to finally text back, or use jokes that sting. You slam doors, sigh loudly, go cold, and when they ask, you hit them with, nothing, I'm good. Psychologically, this is conflict avoidance. You're scared of direct confrontation, so your frustration comes out sideways. The other person feels attacked but has no idea what they actually did wrong. Over time, they start walking on eggshells around you, trying to guess your mood. The relationship stops feeling safe and starts feeling exhausting. The psychological trick is a simple formula you can actually use in real life. Feeling plus behavior plus request. When you canceled last minute, I felt blown off. Next time, can you let me know earlier? That's clear, respectful, and adult. It feels weird at first, but real talk, direct honesty is what keeps good relationships alive. Passive-aggressive stuff quietly kills them. Number 5, keeping score and holding grudges. What if every argument in your relationship was getting saved like a screenshot, ready to be thrown back at you months later? That's exactly what keeping score feels like. And high-key, it's one of the fastest ways to turn someone you love into someone you low-key resent. Ask yourself, in fights, do you hit them with, you always or you never? Do you pull out old mistakes like receipts? Yeah? Well, what about that thing you did last year? Do you keep a mental tally of who does more? I did this, this, and this for you. What did you even do for me? Psychology-wise, this feeds your brain's negativity bias. You train yourself to only notice where they mess up and filter out where they show up. Slowly, you stop seeing a partner and start seeing a problem. The vibe shifts from us versus the issue to me versus you. The psychological trick is one issue fighting. Stick to the current situation only. When you didn't text that you'd be late, I felt disrespected. If old stuff keeps bubbling up, that's your signal it needs its own honest talk, not surprise attacks during every argument. You're not weak for letting go of old ammo. You're strong for choosing the relationship over your ego. No cap. Number 4, avoiding conflict at all costs. Are you the chill one who never starts drama and just lets everything slide? In the US, that sounds laid back. But if you dodge every hard conversation, you're not peaceful. You're a ticking time bomb. Conflict avoidance looks like constantly saying, it's fine, it's whatever, or it's not that deep, when it actually did bother you. The second the convo gets serious, you crack a joke, change the topic, or shut down. In psychology, this is often a fawn response. You keep everyone else comfortable while you quietly swallow your own feelings. But unspoken hurt doesn't disappear. It turns into resentment. Then one tiny thing happens, a late reply, a weird tone, and you explode way bigger than the situation. They're confused. You're drained. The psychological trick is practicing small, low-stakes honesty early. When something minor bugs you, say, hey, it's not a huge deal, but I want to be real about how that felt. You're not attacking them, but you're not lying either. Healthy relationships don't avoid conflict. They learn how to handle it without going nuclear. You either speak up in a calm voice now, or you scream later when it all piles up. That choice is on you, no cap. Number 3, taking each other for granted. What if your relationship doesn't end with some messy cheating scandal, but with both of you just quietly stop trying? The scary part is you usually don't even notice it's happening until the other person is already halfway out the door. At the beginning, every text, call, favor, hug, and drive safe meant something. Now you barely say thank you for the same things. You stop complimenting them. You stop flirting. You assume they'll always be there, so you pour your best energy into work, your phone, and your friends, and give them whatever's left over. Psychologically, our brains adapt fast. What once felt special now feels normal, then expected, then invisible. But nobody wants to live forever in a place where they feel invisible, no matter how long you've been together. The fix is micro-appreciation and presence. Micro-appreciation sounds like, thanks for grabbing that. I really appreciate it. Or, I love how you always check on me. That means a lot. Presence can be just 20 minutes with your phone down, really locked in on them. Relationships don't stay alive on memories. They run on current effort. You either water it with small, consistent actions, or you watch it quietly dry out and wonder what happened for real. Number 2, silent treatment stonewalling. When you're mad, do you go full ghost mode, ignoring texts, going dry, and acting like they barely exist? Low-key, every time you do that, their brain might be thinking, this is it, I'm losing them. You think you're protecting your peace? In reality, you might be slowly destroying their sense of security. The silent treatment, or stonewalling, is when you deal with conflict by going emotionally offline. You ignore texts to teach them a lesson, give dry one-word replies, avoid eye contact, or walk around with cold energy while insisting, nothing's wrong, I'm fine. Psychology-wise, this hits the other person's nervous system like a truck. Their attachment system lights up. I messed up and now I'm being abandoned. You're not solving anything. You're punishing them with distance. Over time, they become anxious and clingy, or they shut down and stop trying. The psychological trick is space with reassurance. I'm really upset and not in the right headspace to talk. I need 30 minutes to cool off, but I promise we'll come back to this. You still get your break, but you're not leaving them hanging. Their brain hears, we're okay, we're just pausing. And that's what healthy, emotionally mature people do. Number 1, emotional invalidation. Do you ever wonder why people slowly stop trusting you, even when you're not cheating, lying, or doing anything wild? It might be one tiny habit you don't even notice, saying stuff like, you're overreacting every time they open up. What if the way you're trying to calm them down is actually the reason they're emotionally checking out of the relationship, low-key? Emotional invalidation is when someone shares how they feel and you respond by shutting it down. You say things like, relax, it's not that deep. You're too sensitive. Or, why are you making this a big deal? You might compare their pain. Other people have it worse. You'll be fine. Psychologically, that sends a brutal message. Your emotions are wrong. You can't trust what you feel. Over time, they stop being real with you. You'll still get small talk, jokes, maybe even, I love you. But the deep, real stuff, that goes somewhere else. And once the emotional intimacy is gone, the relationship is basically running on fumes, no cap. The fix is simple but powerful. Stop debating their feelings and start validating first. Say, I can see why that would hurt, or I get that you're upset even if I see it differently. You don't have to agree to respect it, and that one shift makes you way safer to open up to for real. So which of these 7 toxic behaviors hit you the hardest? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.